today. My name is GoldCode, and today I'm going to be talking about something rather sensitive, a very big controversial topic. And I just want to start off with, I'm not trying to attack this group, I'm not trying to bash on them, I am not trying to put them down in any other way, in any way. And I just making this video to address a couple concerns that I see within the movement that affects the entire movement as a whole. Some of these problems just happen within a small subgroup, but it makes everyone that are part of the movement look bad. Some of these problems don't really have any solutions, but I just feel like it's important we are aware that these problems do exist, and there are other problems where there may be solutions, but I haven't come up with any, and maybe you guys could offer some. So the first problem I see is there doesn't seem to be unity within the feminism movement. What I mean by that feminism seems to be attacking themselves. Like, the feminists within the movement seem to attack themselves. They seem to put each other down. And that just seems illogical, considering that this is a progressive movement, meaning they want to bring everyone up. They don't want to attack any minority, and yet they seem to be doing that a lot. And I guess it makes sense since they've been oppressed. Women have been oppressed for a while, and they're very angry and very passionate about this. However, that is something you really need to limit. You want to be progressive. You don't want to put anyone else down. And if you do put anyone else down, you basically make the entire movement useless. And another example of there not being unity is there seems to be multiple contradicting beliefs within the movement, such as gender roles. Feminism first started, or is still, about empowering women to become equal to men. You know, it's all about equality. So they try to encourage other women to become successful, get good job, get a good education, and so on and so forth. But does that mean gender roles are a thing of the past? Does that mean that housewives shouldn't exist anymore? Or they should, but on a more equal playing field, on more neutral grounds? Questions like, should women stay at home? Should only men provide for their family? Should women do all the cleaning, or should men help out? Or should men do all the cleaning, and so on and so forth? Who should take care of the kids? Who should provide? Who should feed? These are questions that are not necessarily answered by the feminist movement, because so many people within the feminist movement have their own answers to it, which gives a sense of the feminist movement isn't united. Another example I could provide is being a gentleman versus being ladylike. I remember a time where I was talking to a girl, and this is going to be completely, like, it's going to sound bad at the beginning, but just hear me out. So I was talking to a girl, and I asked her, do you believe in complete equality between men and women? And she said, yes. So I'm like, does that mean I could hit you? She said, no, of course not. You still have to be a gentleman. You should still respect me. And at that moment, I said, well, if you expect me to be a gentleman, can I expect you to be a lady? And she said, no. And that's where I was confused. I'm like, okay, then where's the equality? Why can you expect something from me, but I can't expect from you? If you can't expect me to be a gentleman, or if you expect me to be a gentleman, I should be able to expect you to be a lady. But if I can't expect you to be a lady, you can't expect me to be a gentleman. And these are issues where I just don't really understand, or really don't know what the answer would be in a feminist. Like, what would a feminist tell me? Now that we're still on the topic of equality, should equality even be the best policy, or should equity take place instead of equality? For those of you who don't know the difference between equality and equity, this picture right here sums it up the best. So, it's obvious men and women are different. Biologically, mentally, there's been many studies that scientifically that men think differently than women because of hormones, because of our body chemistry, our chromosomes, and so on and so forth. We are different. It doesn't mean we're not equal. We are different. We are genetically stronger. Men, I'm talking about men right here. We are genetically stronger, and we have some advantages over women, such as we have a better sense of direction, we have a better sense of spatial awareness, we have a stronger build. However, women, they have better memory, they have better facial recognition, they could recognize people's faces a lot better than men, they could see differences in color a lot better than men. And these things were necessary because back then the men were the gatherers. They're the ones who went to hunt and they had to find their way back, so that's why they had a better sense of direction. While the women stayed at home and they needed that to be able to recognize people's faces to tell this guy is from the village, this guy isn't. What is he doing here? Sort of thing. And they also needed to tell the difference in color so they can know which berries were ripe and which ones weren't. So in that picture it describes that equality is everyone gets the same thing. But should we advocate for equality? Would it be fair to give women the exact same thing as men, or should we give them other things that would even out the playing field better so it could be truly neutral? Again, I don't really have answers to these questions, so I'm just putting them out there to think as a food for thought. Now earlier I said that the whole point of feminism was to empower women, to put them on the same playing field as men. Now recently it seems that a lot of people, or a lot of women who call themselves feminists, seem to have lost that ideal and seem to have lost that meaning. I feel like feminism has become a buzzword for women to just use as an excuse for whatever they are doing. So it begs the question, is there an objective to feminism nowadays? Or has it been so lost that there is no objective and it's just a pointless movement? Now there's no arguing that there was an actual objective to women, feminism. I have a question. Has it already been achieved? There is no argument that women in America and women in Europe are among the most fairly represented and have the most rights than any other women in the world. So feminism has achieved a lot throughout history. Women are now able to vote. Women now have a choice. Women could work just like men. Women can do so many things today. My question is feminism still necessary? And if so, why? For what? What problems are there today? I mean, admit it, I'm a guy. I don't see the problems women have. I don't feel the things women do. And I honestly want to know what problems, what things do women have to face that feminism is still necessary. In my personal opinion, I don't think feminism is necessary. I feel like women have developed so well, so much, that another movement should take over, such as egalitarianism. You see, egalitarianism is the belief that everyone is equal, despite of whatever race, gender, or sexuality you are. Now, a lot of you are going to say, well, isn't that what feminism is? That is what feminism is. That is the belief that everyone's equality. However, the difference between egalitarianism and feminism focuses on empowering women, bringing up women and leaving men on the same place so women can catch up to men. That is basically the entire point of feminism, from what I understand it. Now, egalitarianism is the belief of bringing everyone up, not having someone stay on mute waiting for the other person to catch up. And I feel like that is the perfect movement for today, because women have reached a point where if they're not completely equal to men, they are very close. And we shouldn't be having men stay there just twiddling their thumbs and hoping women will just get better. See, no, nothing progresses unless everyone is involved. The biggest problem with feminism, I believe, is that men attack it a lot. Again, that isn't a problem with feminists. Well, that's not... The problem isn't caused by the feminist movement. It's just that the feminist movement focuses a lot on women and leaves the men out, which kind of makes us feel like mute, like, yo, what about us? Why aren't we getting any representation? And of course, well, like, women need it more than men. Men has always been represented throughout history, throughout all of these things. Men have always been the figurehead, and women need the limelight. However, if you change feminism for egalitarianism and you make everyone progress, no matter who you are, that problem just basically fades away. The population would be more inclined to help each other out instead of argue like we do today. You know, the whole meninist versus feminist and so on and so forth. I'm gonna cut my video short here. There's still plenty more things I want to talk about in the second part of my video. And if I offended you, I'm sorry, but these are things that I believe in, and these are things that I actually want to address. In the next video, I'm going to talk about how feminism is viewed and how it seems to become vengeful instead of progressive. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and click the like button. If you do not like this video, go ahead and click dislike. This is a free country. Express yourself however you feel like it. And thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. GoldCode is out.